Good morning, everyone. My name is Sana Khan, and today I will be presenting my case study to my fellow co-workers in mental health. Before that, I would like to do the acknowledgement to the country. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we meet today, the people of the nation, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present, as well as to emerging leaders. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Islanders people here today. So this case study is about a girl who is 13 years old, living with her parents and her younger sister, and got sexually abused by her tutor at a very young age. She is impacted biologically and psychologically, socially anxious, and does self-harm. So Maya is experiencing interconnected biopsychosocial and daily functional challenges. She has exhibited self-harm behaviors which appear linked to related trauma history. She also displays social anxiety in situations such as attending school, eating in public, or visiting shops. Maya struggles to connect with her family and peers. Limited eye contact, monosyllabic speech, and body language occur obscured by hair hinder her ability to engage meaningfully. These difficulties indicate the profound impact of her early traumatic experiences. Moreover, her family is also not completely understanding of her situation and accuses for being an attention seeker. Underlying cause of these challenges is a traumatic event in the form of sexual abuse by a former tutor at a very young age. This event has long-term implications for emotional regulation, sense of safety, trust, self-perception. Despite receiving counseling at the time of disclosure, Maya continues to experience persisting negative thoughts and frequently misinterprets comments on social media, believing they are directed at her. These challenges affect her self-esteem and school participations, compounding anxieties and functional difficulties. The combination of trauma, anxiety, relationship challenges, and functional limitations illustrates complex biopsychosocial, developmental, and environmental needs that require ongoing coordinated support. Short-term risks for Maya include physical issues, irregular school attendance, academic difficulties, and cognition issues like attention span, memories issues, mood disturbance, regressive behavior, eating disturbances, low self-esteem, self-harm, or suicidal ideation. Research, research shows that childhood sexual abuse increases PTSD, depression, substance use, and relationship difficulties, while it also contributes to changes in neurobiology, immunity, and physical health. The support that Maya requires for school meaningfully overall impact in the form of academic assistance, social engagement opportunities, and peer support, trauma-informed counseling, and involvement of specialized workers who work in child and family advocacy can help her and her caregivers both as part of child protection services. The holistic approach addresses her immediate safety, emotional well-being, and long-term needs. Physical and psychological safety must be prioritized by creating a calm environment while engaging appropriate child protection and therapeutic services. Trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy can help Maya process experiences, develop coping strategies, and rebuild trust. Family support is vital, including education about trauma responses, strengthening parenting skills, and involving caregivers in treatment. School adjustments such as flexible expectations, additional learning support, and communication between educators and her therapeutic team are recommended. Encouraging positive social engagement and emotional regulation skills promote self-esteem and reduces isolation. A multidisciplinary approach incorporating mental health professionals, educators, family support workers, and child protection services ensure culturally responsive, consistent, and holistic care that fosters recovery. Whereas in such instances, the whole family is affected, and younger sister may also be exposed to her distress, while the whole family must feel gloomy over by overall situation. Primary caregivers offering accessibility, report, and reduced stigma can support families through education and psychological illness, family assessments, and therapy interventions. Also, caregiving can bring intense emotional challenges, constant concern over a loved one, well-being often leaves caregivers neglecting their own feelings. Anxiety, sadness, and anger are common byproducts eroding emotional health over the time. According to Victoria State Government, Victoria's mental health legislation emphasizes promoting and protecting the rights, dignity, and autonomy of young people experiencing psychological distress. For Maya, this means she must be treated with respect, feel heard, and her participation should be encouraged in decisions about her care. Her status as a mature minor aged 13 requires practitioners to assess her capacity to understand treatment options, share preferences, and make choices where appropriate. Families and carers play a crucial role in assessment, treatment, and recovery. In Maya's case, engaging her family strengthens her safety network, provides emotional support, and contributes to recovery. It also maintains confidentiality and consent if the family environment is empathic and non harmful, including caregivers in planning. This ensures community of care. The well-being and autonomy of children must guide mental health services. For Maya, with a history of sexual abuse and emerging self-harm rates, this requires age-appropriate, trauma-informed, culturally sensitive, and gender-safe approaches. Interventions should promote emotionally safety, rebuild trust, and empower her sense of control over life. The legislation further emphasizes safeguarding dependents, reinforces the practitioner's responsibility to ensure Maya's environment in their entire ecosystem does not expose her to additional harm. Continuous risk assessment, safety planning, ethical principles are essential in Maya's case. Confidentiality is critical when working with Maya. As a minor, she may find it difficult to discuss past experiences. Feeling secure that her information is protected builds trust, encourages honest communication, essential for effective assessment and support. The autonomy supports her dignity and rights. Involving Maya in developmentally appropriate decision ensures her voice is heard. While she may not fully grasp all consequences, respecting her preferences strengthens engagement and contributes positively to her mental health. The beneficence requires acting in her best interest. For Maya, this includes providing trauma informed care and early interventions to reduce risk. Practitioners must advocate for her, coordinate timely treatment, and prioritizing her long term well being. Then non-maleficence obliges practitioners to avoid causing harm or re-traumatization. In Maya's case, this involves using a respectful language and avoiding intrusive questioning, ensuring safe, trauma-informed interactions. Risk management strategies, confidentiality, and stability in care are essential to prevent further distress. Justice requires equitable access to timely, safe, and appropriate mental support. Maya must not disadvantage due to trauma or her status as a mature minor. Practitioners must ensure access to psychological services, safety planning, and family support without biases, advocating for fair, inclusive treatment and recovery opportunities. Consent is guided by her status as a mature minor. Maya can provide informed consent for medical treatment if capable of understanding its nature and consequences. While family involvement is appropriate in a safe home environment, mandatory reporting is required if she faces significant harm, risk, or self injury. Practitioners must explain benefits, risks, and support options, ensuring Maya participates in decisions in a safe, informed manner. It is essential to use clear and supportive language when working with Maya or any young people and their families. In Maya's case, medical terminology should be simplified so she understands the treatments right and be able to make a decision for herself and the purpose of any interventions provided. Effective communication fosters trust and sense of control over her recovery. Engagement refers to the connection between the young person's service providers and professionals and how actively they participate in their treatment. Engagement encompasses two-way communication, attendance at sessions, completing assigned therapy related tasks, and developing a meaningful relationship with practitioners. This extends beyond the individual to include family members of other support systems who reinforce education about mental health treatment and recovery. Building a strong therapeutic alliance is central to effective practice. Practitioners strengthen this relationship through empathy, clear communication, genuine connection, collaboration, warmth, respect, flexibility, and focused attention. Involving families adds significant value in creating consistency between home and therapeutic environments. However, engaging young people like Maya can be challenging due to complex impacts of trauma. Trauma informed practices emphasize meaningful engagement, recognizing both the practitioner expertise and the family lived knowledge able and lived experiences. Active listening, curiosity, compassion, and non judgment are negotiable traits for the practitioners. Body language in majority of the communication using calm, clear language and non-threatening body language promotes trust. Negative blaming or emotionally charged terms should be avoided, and challenging behavior reframed as coping strategies developed in response to trauma, highlighting the resilience. Building on the young people's strengths encourages hope and empowerment, establishing safe professional relationships and connecting with community peer support and specialist services strengthens collaboration and facilitates information sharing with families. Families should be remained that they control information and its space, and clients should be encouraged to ask questions or express concerns anytime during the engagement. The trauma informed practice is a strengths based framework founded on five core principles. Trauma informed services do no harm, they avoid re dramatization, they do not blame victims for coping strategies, and convey hope that recovery is possible. Trauma survivors are viewed as unique individuals who have navigated extremely challenging circumstances and managed as they could. The trauma informed care practices include safety and trust. Maya's experience of sexual abuse may lead to ongoing difficulties with safety and trust. Practitioners must create an environment that is physically, emotionally, and psychologically safe, establishing clear and consistent boundaries, maintaining confidentiality, demonstrating reliability. This allows meaningful engagement in therapy or fosters recovery. Understanding trauma's impact influences Maya's social functioning, academic performance, and emotional stability, contributing to self harm. Recognizing that trauma can manifest in diverse and sometimes predictable ways is critical. Approaches must be tailored to support healing and resilience. Empowering collaboration, actively involving Maya in decisions about her treatment, enhances confidence, sense of ownership, and engagement. Trauma informed care empowers young people to make choices and regain control. The cultural sensitivity, understanding, and respecting Maya's cultural background is essential. Trauma affects how a young person experiences distress, seeks support, and engages with services. Culturally responsive interventions build trust, support engagement, and ensure meaningful care. By combining safety, understanding power, empowerment, collaboration, and cultural sensitivity, practitioners can support Maya's recovery, strengthen family involvement, and promote long term well being. Thank you.